Good morning, women who soar. Good morning, good morning. So this morning I got my luggage out. I got my luggage out this morning so I can pack. And one of my dogs got in the luggage and he doesn't want to get out of the luggage because that's one of my dogs. Let's go see if we're live everywhere. It is morning huddle time. These are morning huddles that I do every single morning. At 9:15 Eastern time. And I always go check to see if the technology is working. So bear with me while I go see. If you are here with me live, you could tell me, hey, you're working. Okay. So if you're coming in and you're watching live this morning, come in and say hi. Say good morning. Have you had your coffee? Yeah. Do you notice that every day, like I have almost the same coffee mug because I like, there's a certain type of coffee like mug that I like. I like them like this, where they're like still square, wider, and cute and have something cute. Do you have like a special coffee mug or chai mug or tea mug that you use every morning? Okay. I have not had much coffee this morning because I got up late and then I had a wonderful little conversation with a friend. But we are here for morning huddles. So let me just share, if you are new to the morning huddles are something that I started back in the 90s with my teams. And now I do them with my teams and with my community online instead of in the past corporate world. So we spend about 10 or 15 minutes together, and I give you a little bit of business coaching. You start your day with me, ask questions, and yeah, but we are prepping. We are prepping for a workshop, and the workshop is July 17th at 5 o'clock Eastern. And that workshop is all about how to sell to your clients if your clients are businesses. So if you're um, selling directly to businesses, corporations, organizations, nonprofits, this is a workshop that you want to attend. And I'm going to teach you how to sell a 6-figure or more contract to a business and what that looks like and feels like and all the good stuff. And it's an area that I've been teaching and modeling for literally 25 years. I've built sales curriculum around it. It's just inbred in me, like it's in my DNA to know how to sell to a business and know how to activate what I like to call activate a market. So it's a lot of work to sell to businesses. It's a lot of work to sell, period. But it's a different animal. So we're prepping for that. We're prepping for that workshop, and inside these huddles. Yesterday gave you the definition. What's the definition of B2B? Because there's some confusion there, a lot of confusion there. What's the true definition of B2B? And then starting to think about, like, if you are selling to companies and you really want to niche down to the target audiences that you want to touch. And then today I wanted to share. Today I wanted to share and ask the question to anyone that's live in here today. If you're selling B2B, what sales method are you currently using? So, what method, what process, what funnel, what strategy are you currently using to sell to your clients? I'd really like to hear the feedback. So what do you do on a day-to-day to set yourself up to talk to your ideal clients? What does that look like for you? And if you are selling B2B, what does that method look like? And do you know who your target audience, who your ideal clients actually are? Do you know that? Do you have that answer? So what I want to share is that what I'm seeing in is what's happening, not what I'm seeing, what's happening is if you sell B2B and you're using a B2C sales process, marketing process, lead gen process, you're not going to be successful because that is B2C, not B2B. So an online B2C sales method that is being taught right now, what everyone's seeing, is to build out a funnel that starts with a lead magnet, and from a lead magnet moves to your email list, and from your email list moves to your sales page, and from your sales page moves to your sale. That's what we're seeing online as the common method to sell, which, by the way, if you don't have a really warm, comfy, cozy, targeted, big audience, that B2C method is not going to work either. So if you're finding that, come to me. Come to me. Come to me. So that are you using that type of funnel to sell to B2B? Because the businesses are not going to respond at all to that method. So what if that's what it looks like, just stop doing that, because you don't need, here's what I want you to know. For selling to businesses, you just don't need. You can have it, but you don't need the lead magnet and the email list and the sales page to sell to a business. It's a completely different method. Now, giving you some background around like why I'm telling you this. So, when I worked at the bank, you think, oh gosh, Dora, you worked at the bank, you did finance, and you did all this boring stuff. And that's not the case. So when I was at the bank, I was awful with like balancing and analyzing. I didn't do any of that. So my role was to develop top performing sales leaders. So I worked with relationship managers and bankers and loan officers and all different types of people that supported going out and selling the bank to business owners. That's what I did. So I went and I supported top performing sales leaders, bankers, relationship managers to go and sell to businesses for the bank. And so I developed a ton of sales curriculum and I had a ton of sales training done over 20 years. And throughout all of those years, we did not have any of the things that you're seeing online. So there was no such thing as the lead magnet, the sales page, the email list, anything that, what we're hearing from. I love them, Jenna Kutcher, Amy Porterfield, they're great, but it's not relevant to selling to business owners. It's just not. So what we're really going to dive into in this B2B workshop is how to sell to businesses, and that there's really only 4 ways that you can sell to an actual business. Now, it's kind of interesting because I do both, right? I sell to B2B and I sell to B2C. And so, as a business coach, when I'm building my own business, I get to play with both methods and I get to determine which one is going to work for me the most, right? So, it's really fun for me to do that. And then when I'm coaching, I coach women that are B2C and B2B. But right now, with this huddle, B2B does not include having to have the B2C method. So the 4 ways that you actually can get a business to respond to you, that's everything I'm going to be going over in the B2B workshop on July 17th. So to prepare for that, one is this mindset, the mindset of, am I using a B2C method? Am I using the lead magnet, the sales page, the email list to sell to B2B? If I'm utilizing that now, I can stop doing that. I can stop. If it's working for you, I'd like to know how it's working for you. Um, but more than likely it's not. So you can stop doing that. Stop doing that. And what I really want you to focus in on between now and the 17th is, if I am selling to businesses, I need to know exactly what businesses I am targeting, not a broad. I need to know a very niche avatar, a very niche avatar. So let me go there for a second. So when I left the bank and became managing partner for a startup, also fintech complex, honestly, again, not boring at all. It was all about how to bring capital and money to small businesses. It was absolutely so much fun. But again, my role was to figure out how to take this startup, this that no one has ever heard of, and activate it nationally. Get businesses to buy this thing that nobody had ever heard of. And so it was really important for me to figure out who the audience was that's going to buy, because it was amazing. It was how to get money into small businesses' hands. So of course, if we just build a beautiful sales page, everyone's going to buy it. Nope. Because we were selling to businesses, that sales page meant nothing. We had so many sales pages, we had so many SEOs, we had so many of all the beautiful, pretty things. But what worked was identifying who really was going to buy. So because of what we were doing, I had to start experimenting. I knew it was small businesses. I knew it was small businesses, locally owned, that needed this money, but I didn't know where to find them. I didn't know exactly what type of industries. I didn't know how much they were making. I didn't know these things. So I needed to start there and cultivate that and figure out, was it food and beverage businesses? Was it product-based businesses? How long have they been in business? And so when I figured that out and had like a bunch of avatars of, okay, I'm going to try this industry, I'm going to try this industry, I'm going to try this industry, then I could go and build my sales strategy, my marketing strategy, and my lead gen around that audience. That formula is really important. So when you're doing B2C, what's so interesting is that you need both the marketing and the sales and lead gen. No matter what, B2C or B2B, you need the marketing and the sales and lead gen. But what we see in B2C so often is that we just rely on the marketing. I'm going to go down this rabbit hill. I'm so sorry. I'm going there, guys. I'm going there right now. What we see when it comes to marketing for B2C is that we're always working on how people are going to find you. That's what we're always working on. How are people going to find you? How are they going to find that sales page? How are they going to find that lead magnet? How are they going to find that email list? How are they going to find you? And what we need is to go out and find them. We need outbound sales and lead gen. How are you going to go find your people? What are you going to have put together to go find your people? And when you mush that together, you have a sales, lead gen, and marketing growth plan. That's what you have. So leaving that, because that's all B2C work, that's all work that I do all day long. This specifically is B2B. But was this helpful? Did you guys, I mean, like, I'm hoping there was a bit of a mind blow here, because normally there is. But that's what I want you to do between now and the B2B, is take off the B2C cap and be okay with that, and really focus in on identifying who your audience is. Super, super important. I'm taking next week off. I know it might be hard. Like, who knows? I might pop up. Who knows if I'll pop up or not? But I will be okay. I have to read this. Why? Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, but we don't know what we don't know, right? So if I'm new into business, if I'm new into business and my audience is a business owner and I'm online looking for support and help and I'm selling a B2C method, I'm doing that we don't know. So I I do it too. I've been building businesses forever, but I see some shiny object and I see something that other somebody else is doing and they're really successful at it. I want to try it, right? So I get that. Um, so the if you don't have an invitation to the B2B sales workshop, you can let me know and I'll get you the invite. It's just going to be via Zoom, really simple. And I'm going to have two more prep calls for the B2B workshop on next Sunday, and then Monday morning before the actual workshop to give you a little bit more prep, and then we're going to dive in. Um, yeah, okay. So I'm like I don't want to hang up because I know this is it. I won't be here for a week, and I love these morning huddles. So let me know if you need anything. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see everybody soon. Love y'all. Bye.